And now, the Corry Federal Credit Union presents Clymer Sherman Panama Wolfpack Football play-by-play on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is brought to you by Lictus Oil and Propane, Crouch's Garage, First Place Auto Glass, and Mike's Machine, U-Tags Body Shop, Arlene's Dutch Kitchen Restaurant, J. Edwards Insurance, Becker's Company General Store, Crowdy Chevrolet and Buick, Woods Auto Parts Napa and Woods Power Sports, Olson's Auto Repair, Countertop Solutions, Whiteland Surveying, Bush Septic, Triple E Manufacturing and Design, Sherman Livestock, and the Corry Federal Credit Union.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to South Dayton, New York on a beautiful, pristine Friday evening in New York State Public High School Athletic Association Section 6 Class D football competition. Two of this year's premier teams in Class D, the home-standing undefeated Panthers of Gowanda Pine Valley, will battle our CSP Wolfpack. With your play-by-play commentary, this is Dr. Brent alongside Eighth Analyst Supreme, Kyle Hinsdale, bringing the Wolfpack Nation all the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream action. CSP is coming off a solid but not spectacular loss against an excellent Randolph Cardinal team from last week, and Gowanda Pine Valley is undefeated with wins against Silver Creek Forestville and August Little Valley. Kyle, what are your thoughts on the game tonight?
Well, Doc, first of all, it's just great to work with you. I think this is the first time that we've broadcast the game together. I've done it with Andy and I've done it with Brian Willink, but to get a chance to do it with you is, you're the master. And, I feel like I'm working with Vince Scully tonight. But so as far as the game goes, you referenced it, Doc. I think this is going to be a big bounce back game. We're going to see how CSP responds to their first loss, last week against Randolph, where physically it was a tough game. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. You're going to see more of a Gowanda Pine Valley, as you watch the film, they do a lot of different things. They'll spread out the defense, they'll run wishbone, they'll run big T. It's a little bit of a mixture of everything, and they'll throw a pass in here or there. So I think as we look at the keys to the game for CSP, I think we need to establish the run. We know through the first two games of the year that the passing game has been there with Bryce Hinsdale and Alex Barmore and Carter Brink. I would expect to see that same thing tonight. So I think a little bit more of the same. But as we've talked about how young CSP is, what we're looking for is for them to get better each and every game. So I think as you're looking at this game, we're simply looking for them to continue to improve.
Well, I want to thank you for those kind remarks. This is the second time in a week that my name has been mentioned in the same sentence as Ben Scully. So somebody's been talking behind the scenes, and I'm actually physically trembling because he's my absolute favorite announcer of all time. So I am not worthy of that, but it truly is a real treat for me to work with the generation behind me, whether it's Andy or Brady or you or Brian Willink. It just really is a treat for an old guy like me to be able to hang around with you guys, and I appreciate you including me in the broadcast. So thank you for those kind remarks, and I'll try to 1/10 live up to less than that, 1% live up to the Vin Scully analogy. But It's just was last week. I think we're going to spend a lot of time talking about last week's game, just because I feel very confident we're going to meet Randolph again. And Tate Catnish threw the ball 40 times for crying out loud, and Xavier Hind rushed the ball 39 times for crying out loud, and neither team was able to do much other than us passing the ball and Randolph rushing the ball. Every time Randolph tried to pass, they didn't do it, and very often, and when they did, they didn't do it very well. And by the same token, our rushing attack, which with Berchanowski and Austin White, we want to send best wishes to Austin. We just our hearts break for the kid. He has two broken bones in 2 years, and we just wish him the fastest and speediest recovery, and can't wait to see him shooting a three on the basketball court whenever he's able to get back. But with Berchanowski and Roth and Austin, they were rushing the ball last year. I thought we had a pretty effective rushing attack, but Randolph kind of took that away from us, and then we turn around and have our sophomore quarterback throw the ball 40 times.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, Doc, I don't think that the game plan to beat Randolph is to run the ball. I think we did the right thing. I think we have to get them to loosen up. They are really big up front, and so I think the passing game should allow for that to loosen up. We just never got any sort of running game, any semblance of a running game, and so they were able to pin their ears back a little bit, and and we had the ball 3 times down in the red zone, didn't score a touchdown either time. That's a big, that's something that I think as we look towards tonight and down the road, we've got to do better job inside the red zone. And the other thing that I noticed, Doc, is that last week, every time, if you go back and watch that Randolph film, every time Hind was made, we had a defender make contact with him, he got an additional at least 6 yards. And it's just because we're tackling way too high. And so it'll be interesting to see tonight if we learned anything there. Are we tackling lower? We're going to need to do that against them, because to your point, I think we will see him again, and we're going to need to tackle him low, because anything up high, you're going to, he's going to carry himself forward.
Well, I was very impressed by his effort. 39 times, and every time that he carried the ball, he didn't get hit once. He got hit once, twice, 3, 4 times before he went down, and I just have a pause here. I know they're going to do the national anthem pretty soon, so we certainly don't want to step on that. But I was very impressed with Xavier Hind's effort. Not only on offense, but I thought he was a terrific defender as well. Just a really good Class D high school football player. And the things that you mentioned about the room for improvement for CSP, their ability to rush the ball more effectively, the ability to tackle more effectively, those are all hallmarks of young, inexperienced teams. And with as many kids as we lost to graduation and with as young as we are, those are all things that we can work on over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. And the Randolph game was a statement. Even though it was a loss, it was a very competitive loss. And we get a break or two. I mean, I think that there was a fumble recovery where in the third quarter, maybe it was the fourth quarter, where if we could have capitalized on that fumble recovery, we were right back in that game. But we didn't, and that's okay. But I'm pretty confident that we are going to see them again, and each one of these games are a building block to get ready for the playoffs.
Yeah. So as we kind of turn our attention to tonight, Pine Valley, Gowanda, I think you mentioned, Doc, earlier, they're 2-0. They in week 1. They defeated Silver Creek, and in week 2 they defeated Cat Little Valley. So not the strongest competition in D for sure, but a win's a win, and so they come into the game with a lot of confidence at 2-0. The game tonight is here in Pine Valley, so you got a great setting, and as we move the camera towards the game as we go on, you'll be able to see the beautiful hills here in South Dayton, and it's a good crowd. I think I'm guessing, I don't know this, but I'm assuming that this is the only home game that Pine Valley probably gets this year. The rest of the games would be in Gowanda, and So I think it'll be a good atmosphere tonight.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it on the broadcast last week, how picturesque some of these Cat County schools' fields are. I mean, Randolph is just in a beautiful setting in the valley, and Ellicottville just has a tremendous view from their press box, and, this is terrific over here as well, and another month when that hillside is ablaze with the fall colors, it's going to be even more picturesque. But we got a terrific evening for high school football. It's just there's little to no wind, and it's warm, and the field looks like it's in really good shape. And come the middle or the end of October, we don't always have those field conditions.
Yeah, that's right, Doc. So we're doing starting lineups and national anthem here. So before we get the game started, why don't we go to commercial and we'll be right back.
The Corry Federal Credit Union is the platinum sponsor of CSP Wolfpack Football play-by-play coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream. The Corry Federal Credit Union would like to wish the Wolfpack the best.
Phone is 814-581-4094. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Quarry Chevrolet for their support. Wolfpack Football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Crouch's Garage, offering automotive service, New York State inspection, and used cars too. 2 East Main Street in Panama, 716-782-2110, or on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Crouch's Garage for their support.
Dwayne Woods at Woods Auto Parts Napa in Sherman supports this broadcast of Wolfpack Football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream. Woods offers Napa auto parts for almost anything, including small engines. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Woods Auto Parts Napa for their support.
Welcome back to South Dayton, New York, where we're just about ready for kickoff. This is Dr. Brent Deuink alongside Ace Analyst Supreme Kyle Hinsdale, waiting for the coin toss to determine who's going to kick off. Seems like they'd already have that done, Kyle.
Yeah, I would think so. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, I apologize. There is a pole right in the middle of the 50-yard line, and but hopefully for CSP's sake, we're not in the middle of the field very often. Hopefully we're on one end or the other about ready to score. So, but I do apologize for the poll. As we've done in the past, Doc, if you're watching us on Facebook Live and on the stream, I would welcome you to comment on where you're watching from. It kind of gives us an idea of how widespread the broadcast is. We did this during baseball season, and I think Brian and I ultimately got close to 10 states throughout the year that were eventually watching CSP baseball. So I encourage you to make comments throughout the game, and maybe you'll get yourself on the radio.
Yeah, I tell you that's a great feature. I mean, Grandma and Grandpa live in Arizona or Texas or Florida or whatever, and they can hook up to the stream and get the game and watch their grandkids play. And I think it's just an absolutely terrific thing that I know absolutely nothing about, but I'm really happy that we're able to bring that to the folks. And the coin toss has taken place, and I think Pine Valley is deferred, so I guess CSP is probably going to receive that opening kickoff. I didn't see any mechanics from the officiating team, and this year we've gone to 5 officials. I don't know how that's going to work out. As few guys as we have to do the games, went with 4 the last few years, but we've added 1 as a back judge, which I'm all in favor of having 5 guys out there, but I have no clue how they're going to have enough guys to do all these games.
Well, I think, Doc, that's why they went to a handful of Thursday games. So right. If you read the paper, you'll see there was probably 5 or 6 games on Thursday night across Western New York. In fact, CSP plays next Thursday at Cat Little Valley. And but as a father of a quarterback, it is really nice having that back judge because that back judge is the official who kind of gives the quarterback some guidance on how much time is left on the play clock. Yeah, and so when his hand goes up, you've got 10 seconds left. Just otherwise, without him there, you're kind of guessing.
Well, and I just hate I love that mechanic, and I love having the 5th guy there. But I almost think that the umpire, which is right behind the quarterback, should be the guy doing that with a verbal count, because when you're that far away, I think it's really tough for the quarterback to be looking 20 or 30 yards down the field and finding out whether he's got 5 seconds or 10 seconds left to play. Now the opening kickoff, number 1, Bryce Hinsdale puts a good foot into it, and we have a very nice return on the part of Gowanda Pine Valley, tackled by a pack of Wolves to open the game. And we have a fumble on the play.
Yeah, fumble by the carrier there, Doc, and it. He got up to the 30-yard line, and it appears as though he fumbled it, and CSP recovered. So CSP quickly on offense here.
Yeah, it was a pack of wolves that tackled that guy, and apparently one of them was able to chomp on the ball and knock it loose, and I did not see who recovered it, but there's no doubt that it's 1st and 10 Wolfpack, and other than picking that up and scoring a touchdown, I don't know how you could start the game any better. Tate Catanese under center. Looks like we have that's our new tailback, number 42, Bryce Posker on the carry on the far sideline for a short gain on the play. It's a little better than what I thought. Is going to be 2nd and 6.
And Posker's going to get a lot of carries tonight, Doc, as Trent Burchanowski's been out sick all week, so he will not be playing tonight, I don't believe. And then with Austin White out, that moves Gabe Roth into his role. So some new guys on the offense tonight.
A little inside handoff, and looks like he's going to score. 5-10 into the end zone. Yes.
Speaking of
Gabe
the devil,
Roth, son of a gun.
Speaking of the devil, Gabe Roth with a roughly 30-yard, 26-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, it was a very clever play. We had a man in motion in one direction. He established his set, and another man in motion in the other direction, and then a little quick inside handoff to Gabe Roth, and 26-yard touchdown. Third play of the game, 6-0 CSP. And now I believe Gabe Roth is the center, and Tate Katniss is holding for the talented left-footed toe of number 1, Bryce Hinsdale. The snap, the hold, and the kick is up. A Bigfoot into it. Bryce Bigfoot Hinsdale, and the conversion is good. And with hardly any time gone in the first quarter, the CSP Wolfpack 7, the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers 0.
And really nice job there, Doc, by holder Tate Katniss. That ball was a little low. He got it on the tee, and even got the laces turned for Bryce to kick. So it was good job by all three mechanics there.
Well, that requires a tremendous amount of practice. Even in the NFL game, a blocked extra point and a blocked field goal in the fourth quarter. You decided the game. Tremendous amount of timing. Really well executed by Gabe Roth and Tate Katniss, and, of course, Bryce putting a big foot into it. So with a whole lot of time left.
So 11-18. 11-18 still in the first quarter. It's 7-0 CSP.
And Bryce Hinsdale puts the left-footed foot into the ball. Cleanly handled by Gowanda Pine Valley. Well defended by the Wolfpack. 1st and 10, Gowanda Pine Valley. No fumble on that play. Well, from what we understand from a scouting standpoint, there's an awful lot of options that the Pine Valley Gowanda offense employs. Have run a lot of wideouts. Try to throw the ball a little bit more frequently than what you might think, but they're a good-sized team. They have a bunch of really stout boys, and we have a flag on the play.
Looks like there's some confusion here, Doc.
We'll see if we get a mechanic out of this.
Legal substitution for Gowanda Pine Valley. So an inauspicious start here for the home team. Turnover on their first touch of the ball, and now coming out of a change of possession, and they have too many men on the field.
I don't know what they're even substituting for. That was their first offensive play of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, 11 guys start, and they should be on the field. But 1st and 15, short rushing attempt off the left tackle. Little to no gain. Tackled by a host of CSP defenders. Not much imagination right there.
No, and that was a good job. That was a good job by that right-hand side of the defensive line to clog that up, and really had no room to go there, Doc.
Well, it looked like number 34. Is that Alex Barmore? Seems like I miss his number more often than I should, but well defended on the part of the CSP defense. 2nd and about 14. That was a 4-yard loss on that play, so it certainly was well defended. And again, simple rushing play up the center of the CSP defense for a short gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 11, and deep in their own half of the field. You wonder if Gowanda Pine Valley is going to put the ball in the air.
And that 34 that you were looking for, Doc, was Travis Owens, and he was big kid that can clog the right-hand side of that defensive line for sure.
Yeah, and he certainly made a nice play on the first play from scrimmage, and was involved on the second play tackle as well. But Pine Valley 3 trips wide to the right side, 1 wide out to the left, operating out of the shotgun, and that's going to be 5 yards on us. Looked like we were going to shoot our inside linebackers and got a little bit anxious, and we're going to have that 5-yard penalty on the CSP defense.
Yeah, that was a problem a couple times last week as well, Doc. And it's unfortunate. That's a frustrating penalty for Coach Harper because those guys that did it last week, and then even there where Lucas was blitzing, is right over the ball. Over the ball.
You got to watch that ball.
Yep.
Well, with the benefit of the 5-yard penalty, it's going to be 3rd and 6, and they have the same offensive formation. Wonder if they're going to run the same play. And we have the pressure from the CSP defense. The Gowanda quarterback, Quentin Sentner, reversed field, and we had nice containment on that play by number 44 to drop him. Tony Cipolla is going to be short of any gain on that play. He stayed to home. Otherwise, that might have been pretty productive for them. But it's going to be 4th and 6, and we're going to see what kind of punting effort Gowanda Pine Valley puts together. And it looks like Bryce and...
Yeah, it's Carter Brink and Bryce Hinsdale are back for the kick. And what I think Gowanda Pine Valley's doing here, Doc, is that they're trying to take as much time as they can. Try to keep that ball out of the offensive.
Get away from it. Wow.
CSP.
Well, it was looked like my golf swing there, kind of a shank punt, and it was a short punt on the play, out of bounds. CSP is going to have great field position, going to be 1st and 10 with 8:24 to go here in the first quarter from the CSP 48-yard line.
We're going to take a real quick break here, Doc.
The Corry Federal Credit Union is the platinum sponsor of CSP Wolfpack Football play-by-play coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream. The Corry Federal Credit Union would like to wish the Wolfpack the best of luck this season. The Corry Federal Credit Union has been serving the community since 1958. They offer a wide range of financial and bank.
Take Katniss for the first play, out of the shotgun, runs the keeper, a wrinkle that the CSP Wolfpack has not had in their offense in the last few years is a running quarterback, and Tate is close to a first down, and let's see if they're going to measure or it's going to be second and about 1 foot. I can't believe they didn't measure that, Kyle.
That's an element, Doc, we saw a lot of in the first week, and
Katniss drops back to pass. A long pass down the near sideline is intercepted by Gowanda Pine Valley. It looks like he threw into double coverage there, Kyle.
Yeah, they had, I'm sure that Gowanda Pine Valley has scouted CSP. They know that Bryce is a favorite target of Tate's. They had a corner on up tight with against Bryce, and then they had a safety over top, which is where number 5 was located, and he just waited up there for the ball to come down to him. So unfortunate turnover for CSP, and let's see if we can pin Gowanda Pine Valley down here in their own end.
Well, as is so common in the Class D's, kids playing on both sides of the ball. Quentin Sentner, the quarterback on offense and the free safety on defense, really made a nice play on that ball and was able to pull down the interception. But first play from scrimmage, it's going to be a short rushing attempt, a short gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 7.
And if I'm Coach Harper, I take a look at that, Doc, and I come back and I'm going more slants, I'm going more curls, because that's where you're going to eliminate that double coverage. Anything on a go route, that's bringing the double coverage into play.
2nd and 7 from their own 18-yard line. A little inside handoff there. Little to no gain on the play. The CSP Wolfpack defensive front has been stout so far in the first 2 possessions.
Yeah, really strong. This brings up a 3rd and 5 for Gowanda Pine Valley. for them, this is a kind of a big down. Not necessarily wanting to. They want to take advantage of that turnover and not necessarily punt it right back to CSP after 3 plays.
Especially after the way they shanked that punt. I mean,
yeah.
The guys got to be thinking about that. But third and a long and a short 4. We've got 4 wideouts on the near side. There's got to be 1 or 2 of those guys on the line. There's got to be at least 1. I wonder if they're going to run their version of the bubble screen here. But operating out of the shotgun, and he throws the other way. Almost intercepted. Maybe it was.
I think they're going to rule it an interception, Doc. That side judge is acting that way.
Yeah. And I think that was Bryce. Your eyes are a little better than mine.
Yeah, that was Bryce, yeah.
It was an unusual formation. They had 4 wideouts.
And they called it an interception.
Yep. 4 wideouts to the near side of the field, and they throw to the one guy on the far side of the field, and Bryce, to his credit, stayed home and made a really nice play on the ball. Just didn't know if he got his hands underneath that. It was a low thrown ball, and he dove for it. But obviously, in the eyes of the guys that matter, Bryce Hinsdale with an interception, and with 5:40 to go here in the first quarter, the whole quarter has been played in the Gowanda half of the field. Going to be 1st and 10 CSP from their 24-yard line. Tate Catanese operating out of the shotgun. Motion. Little bubble screen. I think that's Bryce out there on the far sideline.
No, Alex Barmore.
Okay, there you go.
Barmore.
Well, I think last week only one of them had high white socks on, and that helped me a lot.
Well, you can think so. Alex has got hunter green or whatever color green CSP is. He's got that color glove. Bryce has got white gloves, if that's going to help you at all.
Okay, yeah, that will help me. I'll see that hunter green glove like 0 times. But under center this time, Tate Catanese sweeping wide to the near side of the field, and a really big play on a blitzing linebacker by number 52. Certainly made it, somebody missed a blocking assignment on that play, because it's a good 6-yard loss on that play. It's going to be 3rd and 14.
Yeah, and I think CSP had an offensive lineman pulling there, Doc, and the defender just followed that pulling offensive lineman and found his way to the running back. So 3rd and about 14 here for CSP.
There's a good chance Tate's going to put this up in the air. And he does. He fakes and rolls to the left. He stops and overthrows the receiver on the far side of the field. And I'm sure. What about a field goal here early in the contest?
Yeah. So the ball's on the 33. 43, 750. That's I would not try that if I'm CSP.
20. It's inside.
Or did I get it on the wrong?
Yeah. And
20. Yeah, 28.
25. Yeah, that would be.
So 38, 45. That's right on Bryce's. His range. Yeah.
The limit of his range. And Coach Harper has decided not to go for the field goal. It's going to be 4th and 14. Tate Catanese operating out of the shotgun, drops back to pass. The pass is complete to Bryce Hinsdale on the far sideline, but he's taken down far short of the first down. And on downs, Gowanda, Pine Valley is going to take control of the ball.
Yeah, and I don't hate that play, Doc. What you're trying to do there is you're trying to get a playmaker the ball and get him in space, and you're asking Bryce, hey, make one guy miss. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to do that. But that is that in theory is what you're asking him to do, and he just unfortunately wasn't able to do it. And so CSP turns the ball over on downs with 4:41 here left in the first quarter. 7-0 CSP. Feels like we've dominated pretty much the entire quarter, Doc, but only have 1 touchdown to show for it.
Well, and we were unable to capitalize on Bryce's interception with that 4 and out. But here's Gowanda operating out of the shotgun. A little inside handoff again. They have tested that CSP middle of their defense time and time again with no effect. They've got to be looking to move to the outside or throw the ball a little bit.
And you're getting nice pressure from the line, and what that's doing is making the running back have to make a quick decision. He stops his feet, And when he stops his feet, that's a great opportunity for those middle linebackers to find the ball and make the tackle. So, a lot of credit's going to go to the guys making the tackle, but that defensive line right now is making a huge difference.
Absolutely. And 2nd and 9. Gowanda, Pine Valley back in the shotgun. Quarterback breaks containment. Nice defensive play. Linebackers come up, and after a 5-yard gain on the play, he's slippery back there. It looks like he almost looked to run before he threw, but maybe that was the design of the play.
And you did see some of that as you watched their first 2 games on film. You did see some of that where he would want to scramble. I would agree with you there. He got a lot of pressure on the edges. He stepped up in the pocket and was able to get some good yard. Maybe their best run play of the night, which puts them in manageable third and 5 here.
And back in the shotgun again. First man through, second man through. He's got a little bit of space out here on the edge. Makes a nice little move. Oh, that was not the. It was like ill-advised trip attempt that did not work for the CSP defender. At least it looked that way. But a very successful running play. They had no luck running the ball up the middle, so they elect to run the end with success.
Yeah, fortunately for CSP, there was a holding call there, and it was right at the point of attack. Pretty easy call for the head umpire there, and in high school football, I'm sure you guys talked about this last week, Doc. In high school football, it's 10 yards from the spot of the hold, and it can be really, really damaging. And this one here is going to take them back. They had 3rd and 5. This is going to take them to it's about a 10-yard penalty, I would say. Now 3rd and 15, but really good run there. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see that play come back for Gowanda Pine Valley. Number 4 does have a really nice stiff arm. You saw it on that play, and as you watched their first 2 games, you saw it quite a bit on film. Yeah,
that was a huge penalty, especially if you take the yards that they gained minus the yards of the spot penalty. But Gowanda back to throw, well defend. Oh, we've got interference. Got interference on the part of number 10.
That's Carter Brink, Doc, and I don't know. That could be questionable.
Yeah, I think that was a questionable call too. I don't believe that the catchable ball rule applies in high school, but regardless, that ball was not going to be caught, and I did not particularly care for that call. We had a really good view of it. It was on the near sideline here, and it looked like both kids were kind of going up for the ball, and the official saw it differently, and that is not a spot foul, so it still is enough for the first down on a penalty, but still Gowanda Pine Valley is yet to cross the CSP 50-yard line. Quentin Sentner choosing almost exclusively to operate out of the shotgun. Once again, we have trips far right. Looks like CSP is going to blitz, and they do. Short gain on the play.
Good pursuit there by the second level for CSP. Lucas Sandro, Gabe Roth. Gabe Roth had a big hit there. Caden Beckrink, Doc, we haven't had a chance to say his name tonight, but he's getting the start on defense with Austin White being out, and Caden Jr. In Clymer, really good kid, smart, good football player with a lot of speed. He's going to add a really nice element to this defense.
Well, and what a nice option it is to have depth. I mean, I think we have 3 starters that are out tonight, but CSP is certainly more than holding their own here in the first quarter. Gowanda Pine Valley with another rushing attempt off the right tackle. Nice gain on the play.
And that was in a wildcat formation. They moved number 4 Harley Conklin to the quarterback spot and ran him in a wildcat. And he's probably their most athletic and dynamic player. So he's a guy that you want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
1:41 to go here in the first quarter. The CSP Wolfpack 7, the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers 0, and Gowanda is marching. They've had one first down via penalty. It is 3rd and a long 4, operating out of the shotgun again. Man in motion, a little fumble, and that is going nowhere. Excellent play by Alex Barmore, number 3, rushing the passer, and I don't know if the ball gets a little bit dewy this time of night or not, but it didn't look like it was a bad snap. It kind of looked like he dropped it, and once he dropped it, that gave Barmore the opportunity to sack that quarterback and made a nice play.
Yeah, I think you had a situation there, Doc, where you had a player that knew what he wanted to do and was trying to do it before he had the ball in his hands, and that usually spells trouble.
And Gowanda Pine Valley back to punt. Good snap. Left-footed kicker. Oh, he made up for the first one this time. Fielded by Carter Brink. And a nice play. Number 66 from, they're going to give him a taunting penalty for that. Yeah, no, they're not. What the heck was that? There was
He threw that at CSP number 44. I didn't see what happened. Maybe blocking the back, and that's what it looks like.
Apparently that's what it was. Wow.
So for the first time tonight, CSP is going to have starting field position in their own end.
Yeah, that was a strange play. I just did not see that happened, but apparently it did. That's a pretty odd. Usually on a punt, that's a pretty obvious call because there's so much spacing and separation amongst the players on the transition. But 44 and a half seconds to go here in the first quarter. 1st and 10, CSP Wolfpack leading 7-0. Tate Katniss under center. And the officials say, we want another ball.
Yeah, and I think if you're CSP, Doc, you've dominated the first quarter and only been able to put 7 on the board. I think if you're Coach Harper, you'd like to see a good drive here by the offense.
Now, that's for sure. 1st and 10, CSP, a little inside handoff. I believe that's Gabe Roth for a nice gain up the middle for a solid 4 or 5 yards. And there's a good chance that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. Of course, we're running out of that no huddle. Maybe we'll try to squeeze in one more. 2nd and a long 4 or a short 5. Katniss is under center. We are going to get one more play off. And that is Posker, I believe, tackled for a loss on the play.
Yeah, it's Gowanda Pine Valley, Doc, has got some big kids. 74 is a big kid. 75, 66. They've got some big kids there to stop the run, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter with CSP up 7-0. And we're going to take a quick break to pay some bills, and we'll be right back.
The Corry Federal Credit Union is the platinum sponsor of CSP Wolfpack Football play-by-play coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream. The Corry Federal Credit Union would like to wish the Wolfpack the best of luck this season. The Corry Federal Credit Union has been serving the community since 1958. They offer a wide range of financial and banking services for you and your business. The Corry Federal Credit Union is located at 728 Worth Street in Corry, 56 North Main Street in Union City, 315 Main Street in Spartanburg, and online at corryfcu.org. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Corry Federal Credit Union, a not-for-profit organization, for their support of CSP Wolfpack Football play-by-play. Wolfpack Football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by Necker's Company General Store, providing Clymer with groceries, apparel, gift items, and so much more for over 100 years. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support. Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer is a major sponsor of this Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream broadcast. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane
Welcome back to South Dayton, New York, where the CSP Wolfpack is leading the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers 7-0. This is Dr. Brent Deuink alongside Kyle Hinsdale, bringing you all the CSP Wolfpack action. It is going to be 3rd Boy, I can't believe we gained anything on that play, but it seems to be third and a long 3 or a short 4, so we must have gained one in there someplace. But Catanese is dropping back to pass out of the shotgun, has plenty of time, and the pass is off one set of hands and off a second set of hands. That was almost a completion and almost an interception, all on the same play.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a pinball action going there, and that ball was just a hair high, but I think if you talk to Alex Barmore, he would want to. He would think that he should catch that, and that would have resulted in a first down. But either way, it's going to be 4th and about 4 for CSP, and looks as though CSP is going to punt it away. Yeah,
4th and a long 4. Bryce Hinsdale dropping back to punt. That first quarter, I tell you, Pine Valley, Gowanda, they've got to take that as a victory. Even though they're down 7-0, they could have been down a lot more, or would have expected CSP to score a couple 3 touchdowns. But, line drive kick with a big bounce, well fielded by Sentner. He does everything for Gowanda Pine Valley. 5 yards on the return, no flags on the play. So, with 11:30 to go here in the second quarter, we'll see what Gowanda Pine Valley is going to put together here for a second quarter drive.
And we'll see if you're Gowanda Pine Valley, you're feeling like after that first quarter that's a win. And now they got to see they've been able to stop CSP offensively, and looks like Gowanda Pine Valley wants to talk it over a little bit, so they call timeout. And if they're going to take a timeout, we're going to take a timeout, and so we'll be right back.
Wolfpack Football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance, with offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. J. Edwards Insurance is always available for a review of your home, auto, and business insurance. We treat you like family. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957. Wolfpack Football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by Olson's Auto Repair in Sherman, offering all your automotive needs, including 4-wheel alignment, New York State inspection. 716-761-6571. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Olson's Repair for their support.
Support for CSP Wolfpack Football on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided in part by Sherman Livestock at 4150 Sherman Mayville Road. Auctions are every Tuesday and Thursday. More info is available at 716-499-1362 and on Facebook.
Welcome back to Pine Valley Central School, the part-time home of the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers. This is Dr. Brent Deuink alongside Kyle Hinsdale, bringing you all the CSP Wolfpack action. And the first play out of that timeout is little to no gain on a rushing attempt by Gowanda Pine Valley. But I tell you, Kyle, one thing that's amazing to me are the list of sponsors that we have for these games. It just is unbelievable. Having done it for probably 30 years and trying to find 2, 3, 4 people to sponsor, to have a sponsor list like we do is certainly a credit to the community and their support of CSP Wolfpack football.
Yeah, no doubt, and it's a great it's something great that can be offered. Credit to Brian Silvis and Channel 98.9 for going out, and it's a big run for Gowanda.
And he's down the far sideline and caught from behind, but a good 45-yard gain on that play. Number 4 from Gowanda is a shifty little bugger, and certainly it was a terrific run. And again, we talked a little bit in the pregame about arm tackling, and that certainly was evident on that play.
Yeah, and if you're Gowanda Pine Valley, you can tell their coaching staff has said, hey, if we're going to go down, we're going to go down with our best players tonight. And so five's carrying the ball, 4's carrying the ball, and number 4, who is Harley Conklin, having a big game for having a big game for Gowanda Pine
And I'll
Valley.
tell you, he almost scored on that play. But Sentner now operating out of the shotgun again. Got a little inside handoff. Pretty well diagnosed by the Wolfpack defense. Short gain on the play. But I tell you, Gowanda Pine Valley's getting some steam under their into their engine and wind beneath their wings.
Yeah, they are beating us. They're beating us on the front, Doc, and they're allowing their running backs to get to the second level, and and they're getting big chunks of yards here. So after a first quarter where CSP's defensive line dominated, Gowanda Pine Valley coming back a little bit here in the second quarter.
Well, this drive is reminiscent of the Randolph game last week. The way that Gowanda Pine Valley is able to rush the football. It's going to be second and about 3. A little quarterback keeper there running out of the Wildcat. I think that's 4 again, if I'm not mistaken. And he's going to be really close to a first down, and I think he has it.
Yeah, it goes back to he's their best athlete, so they're going to give him the ball as much as they can. And, I wouldn't be surprised if Gowanda Pine Valley throws a little bit of a wrinkle in here. They've gone to the ground now 4 or 5 plays with some success. Maybe throw a wrinkle pass or maybe a counter of some sort to throw CSP off.
Well, we've got a first and goal from the 9-yard line. It's about as far away from in a first and goal situation as you possibly can be. But here again, he's operating out of the Wildcat, and it's been successful for them so far. And he's going to keep the ball this time and run around the far end. Better diagnosis on the part of the CSP Wolfpack defense. Guy stayed to home, turned him back to the inside where the pursuit was able to catch up with him.
Really nice job by number 54, Johnny Watson, and 58, Caden Beckrink. They were there at the point of attack and really slowed down the running back. And he was unable to get outside, and really nice defense there by CSP. Here now second and goal.
Yeah, a short 1-yard gain on the play. It's essentially second and goal from the 9-yard line. 7:58 to go on a running clock here at Pine Valley Central School. The Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers have certainly proven to be a major test for the CSP Wolfpack. Conklin again working out of the Wildcat. The snap is successful. He hands off to the near sideline. Try to run our end. Really well defended by CSP. There's got to be a loss on the play. We have a really tough angle here to determine where they're going to mark that, but that's got to be outside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by Caden Beckering from that outside backer position, and then Bryce Hinsdale came up from his corner position, got off his block, and was able to get the tackle. So third and goal from the 10 here for Gowanda Pine Valley. We'll see if they put this ball in the air, Doc, or this is 4-down territory, so it would not surprise me if they try to at least get half of it or so here.
Well, and they recognize the importance of this here early in the second quarter. Gowanda Pine Valley elects to take a timeout, and with that, we'll send it back to the studio for these messages.
Wolfpack Football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Crouch's Garage, offering automotive service, New York State inspection, and used cars too. 2 East Main Street in Panama, 716-782-2110, or on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Crouch's Garage for their support.
Dwayne Woods at Woods Auto Parts Napa in Sherman supports this broadcast of Wolfpack Football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream. Woods offers Napa auto parts for almost anything, including small engines. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Woods Auto Parts Napa for their support.
Welcome back to Pine Valley Central School, the home of the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers. This is Dr. Brent Deuink alongside Ace Supreme Analyst Kyle Hinsdale. 7:29 to go here in the second quarter. The Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers are knocking at the CSP door, although CSP remains ahead 7-0. Operating out of the Wildcat again, Conklin has been very successful on this drive. This time he's going to throw the ball across the middle, and it is incomplete. Oh, that was really close to a touchdown, Kyle.
Yeah, first of all, Doc, it was a great throw, and he led the receiver inside. It was a slant route, and unfortunately for Gowanda Pine Valley, the kid just dropped it. Otherwise, it would have been a touchdown for Gowanda Pine Valley. Now they're going to have another shot here. Now fourth and goal from about the 10. And, I wouldn't be surprised if this ball finds its way in the air somehow.
Yeah, it looks like Sentner is going to be back. He is the quarterback that has done the bulk of the throwing, although as soon as I say that, Conklin just threw the ball on the last play. But big down. It's 7-0 CSP. It is fourth and goal from the CSP 9-yard line, and operating out of the shotgun.
I would not be surprised at all, Doc, if they go right back to that same play.
Yep,
if they wanted it.
And this is Sentner, he wanting to run rather than throw. I mean, operating out of the shotgun, it didn't look like he even looked to see if he was going to pass. And stop short of the goal line, on down. CSP is going to have first and another zip code to score their second touchdown.
Yeah, and they wanted, so they ran the third down play. Number 4, Conklin was the quarterback, and he threw it to number 5 who dropped it. They reversed positions there. He did want to go back to that slant. CSP middle linebacker got enough depth there to make that a difficult throw. He had to tuck it and run, and unfortunately for CSP, it's short of the goal line, so it's CSP ball deep in their own end. It looks like that ball is probably on the 5-yard line or so, Doc.
Yeah.
If you're CSP.
Yeah, it sure looks that way. It's first and 95 yards for a touchdown, but Tate Katniss operating out of the shotgun, out of his own end zone. Again, a designed quarterback run. Little to nothing there. The first attack, the first hit didn't bring Tate down. He was able to lunge forward for what appears to be a short gain on the play.
Yeah, there was a hole there, Doc. It just closed up pretty quickly, and so we'll see. I'd like to see CSP go back to the air here and see if they can get some yards through the air.
Now, deep in their own half of the field, that makes that a little bit tougher. But here's a little inside handoff. I think that's. Can't tell who that was.
That would be Gabe Roth.
Is that Gabe?
Yep.
Gabe has got some tough yards out of his fullback position, with Trent Burchanowski being a little bit under the weather. That was enough for a first down, so that gives us a little more operating room. First and 10 from our own 15-yard line. Tate Katniss operating out of the shotgun, looks right, throws a little bubble screen out on the far sideline to Bryce Hinsdale. The pass is complete for a nice 5-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, you knew that you were going to see that bubble screen. That's been a staple in the CSP's offense the first two games. That's the first time we ran it today, and that seems to get 5-6 yards every time we run it, at least.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of angles involved with that play, and we certainly seem to make it work far more than we don't. Tate Katniss operating out of the shotgun again on the design quarterback keeper. We split out 2 wide receivers to each side, and that spreads the defense out, and hopefully Tate can find a crease to scamper through, and it was successful on that play for a good solid 8-yard gain. 2 consecutive first downs, first and 10 CSP. With 5:43 to go here in the second quarter, the CSP Wolfpack maintains a slight 7-0 lead over Gowanda Pine Valley. Little to no gain on that play.
No, that was Trent there, Doc. Looks like maybe He must be feeling better, because that was 15 is Trent, and it was who carried the ball there.
Yeah, and we're led to believe he may see limited action, but he has been under the weather, and Coach Ty Harper felt this was a good time to get him some touches, so he gets that game feel. Fake, Tatney's back, throws the ball across the middle, the pass is incomplete. And I think that was intended for
Carter Brink.
Yeah. Yeah, Brink and Barmore, I'm going to get them straight here before I'm no longer vertical. So
they're around for 3 more years, Doc. So
I might not be, though. That's the problem. I got to really work on that in the off season here. I like them a lot more in basketball because I can see them, and I'm a lot closer to the action in basketball than I am at this. But anyway, fine young athletes, the whole bunch of them, and Catanese takes a high snap out of shotgun, makes a nice play. The pass is complete to the near sideline to Bryce Hinsdale. Jukes 1, jukes 2, and he's brought down very close to another CSP first down. And if they mark it there, it's got to be a first down.
Yeah, good job by Bryce making the catch first, and then getting upfield, making a handful of Gowanda Pine Valley players miss tackles. So I think if you're CSP, that's what you want to do. You want to get the ball in your playmakers' hands and let them get yards after the catch.
Another first down for CSP, marching here in the second quarter. That's got to be motion on us. It looked like we had a little bobble from our right guard or our right tackle. And I think that's what we're going to have. 5 yards on CSP, and that last first down, it's really fun to watch the wide receiver peel back to make a defender or two miss him. But when you had a first down and don't get the first down doing that, I've always found that to be a problem. Mm-hmm. But to Bryce's credit, he made the 2 guys miss, but he still had enough for the first down, and it's now 1st and 15 for CSP. And I think that's Burjanowski again, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that's Tate.
Okay.
That's Tate, quarterback keeper around the edge, and that's where you want to get Tate. Tate's got a lot of speed, and if he can get that corner, he's going to be it's going to be tough to catch him. So that was a nice pickup on first down and 15. That brings about second and 9 now.
Yeah, nice 6-yard gain on the play for Tate Catanese. He's operating out of the shotgun. We have 2 wideouts to the near side. Tate drops back to pass, and now the pocket breaks down, and he's sacked for a big loss on the play. I believe that's number 74 or number 34. It's tough to tell from here. Looks like number 74, but really nice play on his part. And, that blindside rush, that was an issue for Tate against Randolph a couple times last week as well. And I really believe that's a sense of feel as much as it is anything, and results in a big loss for CSP. 3rd and a good 17. Catanese out of the shotgun. Hinsdale in motion to the far sideline. Tate drops back to pass. Got a little screen set up here, and boy, he almost looked like he had him tackled before the ball got there, but the pass is complete for little gain on the play. The screen pass was a great call, 3rd and long, but just a minimal gain on the play, and I thought that was a little bit early defended, but the official didn't agree.
Yeah, and nice recognition by the Gowanda Pine Valley player to sniff out that screen, because there was a fair amount of green space out in front of Gabe, but the defender did a nice job of identifying it and peeling off and going with the CSP running back.
Okay, 4th and 17. Bryce Hinsdale drops back to punt. 2:48 to go here in the second quarter. The CSP Wolfpack 7, the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers 0, and Bryce gets a nice foot into it. Number 4 probably have been better off with a fair catch and catching that because it rolled another 15 yards after the ball hit the turf. But with 2:34 to go here in the second quarter, CSP 7, Gowanda Pine Valley 0. We'll send it back to the station for these messages.
The Corry Federal Credit Union is the platinum sponsor of CSP Wolfpack Football play-by-play coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream. The Corry Federal Credit Union would like to wish the Wolfpack the best of luck this season. The Corry Federal Credit Union has been serving the community since 1958. They offer a wide range of financial and banking services for you and your business. The Corry Federal Credit Union is located at 728 Worth Street in Corry, 56 North Main Street in Union City, 315 Main Street in Spartansburg, and online at corryfcu.org. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Corry Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back to Pine Valley Central School, where Pine Valley Gowanda Panthers, number 4, trying to run the far sideline, met with considerable pursuit on the part of the CSP Wolfpack defense. We certainly got to keep an eye on Conklin because he has been a major force in the Gowanda Pine Valley offense so far.
Yeah, and CSP with that loss that Gowanda Pine Valley had on first down, CSP takes a timeout here, Doc. I believe they have all three now two timeouts available to them. There's 2:08 remaining in the second quarter. So if you're CSP, you're looking at this thinking if I can try to get another possession here before the end of the half, that would and put a little more pressure on Gowanda Pine Valley.
Well, I'll tell you, Kyle, I got to give Gowanda Pine Valley a lot of credit here. They have been a very formidable foe for us. They came in undefeated, although they had beaten two of what we think maybe of the lesser teams that are available in the D's. But they come to play. I mean, after we scored our touchdown, it's basically been a 0-0 game, and certainly been very competitive. And CSP is going to have to pay attention here tonight.
Yeah, I think Coach Harper would admit that this has been a little sloppy for CSP, particularly on offense. And what you don't want to do on offense, Doc, is you don't want to take away your best players. You want the other team to do that, and so it'll be important here with a pass.
And here they come out of that crazy 4 wide out formation with 4 wide receivers wide to the near sideline, and they throw it to the single guy on the far sideline for a nice completion on the play. So that timeout gave them time to design that, and it was a nice pitch and a nice catch.
Yeah, it was. They did a nice job there.
1st and 10, Gowanda Pine Valley. Here with 1:23 to go on a running clock here in the second quarter. Their version of the bubble screen, pretty well defended by CSP. I mean, there had to be a good 10 yards between that receiver and his blockers on that bubble screen, and it was well defended by CSP, and they are going to take... Pine Valley's going to take a timeout. Pretty interesting strategery here, Kyle. Each team taking timeouts with hoping to get an opportunity to get a score here in with 1:11 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. I would have thought maybe Gowanda Pine Valley they may take one shot here, Doc. But if I'm them, I look at this and say, boy, 7-0 going to the first. Going into halftime, I would probably take that if I'm Gowanda Pine Valley, and I think the longer this goes, the riskier it is.
It's a turnover away. And so one play and a conversion away from an 8-7 Gowanda Pine Valley lead. But 1:11 to go here in the second quarter. 2nd and 10. 60 yards from scoring, so they have a long ways to go, but they have a couple playmakers on offense, and we're going to have to pay attention. And Sentner drops back to pass again, but that sure looked like a design run. He's getting beat up a little bit. He's taking some big hits, and he's kind of a slender bloke. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's taking a couple solid hits, and it looks like Gowanda Pine Valley is going to take another timeout, and with 55.4 seconds to go here in the second quarter, with CSP ahead 7-0, we'll send it back to the station for more of these announcements.
Support for coverage of Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream is provided in part by Triple E Manufacturing and Design. Triple E Manufacturing and Design offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. Located at 117 Osborne Street in Sherman and at tripleemfg.com. Phone 800-295-4282. The Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream thanks Triple E Manufacturing and Design for their support.
Welcome back to Pine Valley Central School, where with 50 seconds to go here in the second quarter, Pine Valley Gowanda drops back to pass. A long pass on the far sideline falls incomplete. Well defended on that play by Bryce Hinsdale. I don't know.
Yeah, you saw a little bit of a shift there, Doc. Bryce typically will line up on the if you're on the left-hand side of the defense. Coach Payne moved him to the other side, the more what I might call field side, the wide side, because that's more than likely where the ball's going.
And Carter, they're going to punt now. We have a fair catch on the part of Carter Brink. And so with 35.8 seconds to go here in the second quarter, do we try to squeeze the score out, or do we just rush the ball and lick our wounds at halftime?
No, I'm trying to score here, Doc. I think you've got enough talent on this team. I think you try to go score. I think CSP still has one timeout remaining, thanks to Gowanda Pine Valley taking that timeout in that last possession. So. One timeout, 35 seconds. With some of the offensive weapons that you have, I've got pedal to the metal here.
Well, we have 76 yards to go to score. 35.8
Maybe you can squeeze a field goal out here.
Yeah, there you go. That's what a great weapon that is. We have fun weapons. We have a quarterback that runs this year, and we have a kid that can kick a 40-yard field goal. You can't say that every year in the D's, but it's been fun so far, and the season is just starting. Tate Catanese, 1st and 10, dropping back out of the shotgun, drops back to pass. Throws to the far sideline, complete. I believe that's Bryce over there on the far sideline.
Yep.
And it's enough for a first down. A good, solid 10 or 11-yard gain on the play. A little square out, well thrown and well received.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy game, Doc, when you're throwing to when you're throwing it to your playmakers, and this is where we're going to want to try to throw to the sideline so we can get out of bounds, which is what you saw there. We'll see. I would imagine the same thing here, Doc.
And Catanese out of the shotgun, drops back to pass. Good protection. Throws the ball on the far sideline again to Bryce, trying to get out of bounds, and he does get out of bounds, short of the first down. It's going to be about 2nd and 3, I believe, with 23.6 seconds to go, and we still have that timeout in our pocket.
Yeah, and I would say, Doc, we probably need, 10, 20, 30, probably another 30, 35 yards here to get in field goal range. I wouldn't mind seeing a deep shot here for CSP and let Alex Barmore or Bryce Hinsdale go up and get the ball.
And Catanese out of the shotgun again. Good protection. The ball is complete across the middle to Bryce. Tackled from behind by number 74, and that kid has been tough. We got to give Craig Howard a lot of credit because he's been in on a number of plays, and with that pass that was completed over the middle, plenty enough for a first down, forces CSP to take what we believe is their last time out of the first half. But gives us time to think about it, and if we get a couple square outs with 14.8 seconds to go, that's a lot to ask, but we are moving the ball.
Yeah, so if you're CSP here, Doc, the ball's in the middle of the field, just on the Gowanda Pine Valley side of the 50, and you're either calling two plays here in the huddle if you're Coach Harper, more than likely, you're calling plays that this ball is out on the sideline. You probably have, with 14 seconds left, my guess is you probably could get 2, maybe 3 plays to the outside, and maybe get the catch and get out of bounds, and at least give yourself a shot at a long field goal.
Well, even a long pass completion over the middle with the clock stopping, moving the chains in high school, it gives you a chance to complete a long ball and then spike. But Katniss out of the shotgun, rolls to the far sideline, throws the ball across the middle, and the pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, and that's a break there, to be honest with you, Doc. A ball across a play running that long, throwing it back across the middle, that would have probably ran the clock out, to be honest with you. So probably a good thing that ball was dropped. That leaves 4.1 seconds left. I would not hate to see an out and up here. It's a play that CSP has in their playbook, and tell Tate just to throw it, and maybe Bryce goes and tries to run underneath it.
Well, especially with the potential for an interception, it's going to be 80 or 90 yards away. So the chances of them returning that for a score are pretty minimal. We have trips on the far sideline. Tate dropping back to pass out of the shotgun. This is going to be the last play of the first half, other than a penalty, and the pass is completed across the middle. And let's see if we have no penalties. So that is the end of the first half, and a very, very competitive first half with the CSP Wolfpack leading 7-0 over the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers. And with that, we'll send it back to the station for these halftime messages.
Thanks for listening to this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack football coverage. Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating, oil, and propane services and off and on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, please, have a seat. So here's the thing. When this company brought you on, we took a chance on you. You didn't have that 4-year college degree we typically look for.
Right.
But we gave you a shot anyway. And since then, you've worked incredibly hard and given it your all.
Thanks.
You've been an important asset to the team, but I don't think you can be an
Bug
intern
attractors.
here anymore.
It'll be good for the teardown.
We want to hire you.
You're,
End up
you're
with a
serious?
mouthful of mosquitoes.
Absolutely.
Find your next great employee. Introduce yourself to the Grads of Life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
I won't let you down.
I know.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Coverage of Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by Whiteland Surveying in Clymer, providing land surveys for Chautauqua and Cattaraugus counties in New York and Erie, Warren, and Crawford counties in Pennsylvania. Phone 716-499-8410. Find them online at mwhitepls.com. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Whiteland Surveying for their support.
Wolfpack Football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is brought to you in part by First Place Auto Glass of Jamestown. Owner and glass tech Robert Leonard installs automotive glass and works with all major insurance companies. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks First Place Auto Glass for their support.
Support for Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by UTAG's Body Shop in Corry, offering collision repair and refinishing along with frame straightening services. 699 East Smith Street in Corry or at utagsbodyshop.com. Phone 814-663-2562. Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks UTAG's Body Shop for their support.
Wolfpack Football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance, with offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. J. Edwards Insurance is always available for a review of your home, auto, and business insurance. We treat you like family. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
We can just store it over there.
Thanks for listening to this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack football coverage on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is brought to you by Lictus Oil and Propane, Crouch's Garage, First Place Auto Glass, and Mike's Machine, UTAG's Body Shop, Arlene's Dutch Kitchen Restaurant, J. Edwards Insurance, Necker's Company General Store, Crotty Chevrolet and Buick, Woods Auto Parts Napa and Woods Power Sports, Olson's Auto Repair, Countertop Solutions, Whiteland Surveying, Bush Septic, Triple E Manufacturing and Design, Sherman Livestock, and the Corry Federal Credit Union. And now it's time for the Corry Federal Credit Union Halftime Show on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream at channel989.org.
In 2 minutes or at 2 minutes?
You're good to go, Doc.
Right now.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Pine Valley Central School, where we have ourselves one competitive football contest. This is Dr. Brent Deuink alongside Ace Analyst Supreme Kyle Hinsdale with the CSP Wolfpack leading 7-0 versus the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers, and certainly was a little more competitive than what I was led to believe, Kyle.
Yeah, listen, Doc, I spent some time during the week watching film and watching Gowanda Pine Valley's first two games, and I thought coming in tonight that it would be a competitive game, but I did not think CSP would have any sort of trouble. I thought this was a double-digit win, and we're definitely not seeing that now. CSP has been very, very sloppy. on offense. We're having trouble running the football. We've had some trouble in the passing game, and just a little sloppy. We have not been able to move the ball. And on defense, we played really well in the first quarter. And then in that second quarter, Gowanda Pine Valley was able to get some chunk plays. They got a long run. They had a long pass and gave them a little bit of confidence. And so as they go into halftime down 7-0, again, this is a 2-0 team, so they came in with some confidence. And I got to believe that going through the first half, they've got even more confidence. And and I had a chance to walk outside the door here and get a little glimpse of halftime for CSP, and I can tell you that there were they were lit into pretty well at halftime by a number of coaches, and so we'll see if they can respond to that.
Well, it did look like there were some major league tongue lashings going on down there. So, defensively it was a bend but not break. I mean, we did shut them out. I mean, I'm happy about that. But there were a couple of big plays where we were fortunate. They were inside the red zone and didn't score. I mean, and so that was huge. But I don't want to, put the onus on them. But we're just a turnover away from being down 8-7. So the offense has sputtered, but I don't believe we've turned the ball over. And the only turnover of the game, I believe, was on the opening kickoff that we recovered and went down and scored. And since then, it's just been an evenly played contest.
Yeah, we've got one interception. They've got one interception. But I think the way that we're talking about the first half, Doc, I think is, there's a different standard for CSP football, and there is, this is a high caliber, what I would define as a high end Class D program, and so as we come out and play maybe a little bit of a lesser opponent, and we come out and we're sloppy. That's not, to me, that's not CSP football. CSP football is playing good defense. It's being efficient on offense. It's being fluid on offense, and it's with some pace. And just we're just off a little bit tonight. And hopefully, and fortunately for us, we got another half, and we can turn all of that around with a really strong half here in the second half.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, it's a gut check time. If we don't come out and play well, again, we're one drive away or one turnover away from being on the opposite end of this score. And maybe you could tell me why they give this extra 3 minutes at halftime. They put 15 minutes on the clock, which is standard halftime length, and as soon as the 15 minutes are expired, they give them 3 more minutes. And I was told by one guy that it was for stretching. And as I'm watching both teams on the sidelines, in these extra 3 minutes, neither team is doing any stretching.
Yeah, I first started to see it probably 2 or 3 years ago. It was Garrett's senior year, and I can remember we were going through the playoffs, and CSP was coming out. They were getting warmed up, and by the time the 15 minutes was done, we were ready to go, and our opposing team was just coming out at 15 minutes, and they
forgot to tell us the rule.
Yeah,
maybe that was part of the state strategy to keep us out of the playoffs.
Maybe, but it's something that we've seen over the course of the past few years, and just I guess it gives the coaches the full 15 minutes to adjust any game plans, and then the additional 3 or 4 minutes they get is, as you said, to do stretching, but. In this situation, nobody's stretching. They're all out ready to go.
They're both standing around on the sidelines, waiting to, get that second half opening kickoff. But, it's been a very entertaining game. I mean, the weather conditions are pristine. There's no rain. There's no wind. The field's in really good condition. And it's just been, a very solidly played football game. And you mentioned that each side had one interception, and Gowanda Pine Valley fumbled on the opening kickoff. But other than that, you got to give Gowanda some credit. Sentner and the other kid have really played well. Conklin, Center is the quarterback that got beat up a little bit, and Conklin is their running back that they run out of the wishbone, and big number 72, number 74, Craig Howard has been a handful for CSP to block. So, we have 30 seconds to go before that kickoff starts, and looking forward to the second half.
Yeah, and CSP, Doc, they I believe won the toss and elected to defer. So CSP is going to get the ball here to start the second half, and they will be going from left to right on your radio dial.
On your radio dial, they still allow us to say stuff like that, huh? Left to right on our radio dial. I like that. Yeah, CSP will receive the second half kickoff here.
We got Braden Hayes and Carter Brink deep for CSP.
I wonder how many high school football games have two left-footed kickers.
Yeah.
Pretty unusual.
Yes, it is.
And a low line drive kick fielded by CSP. Hey, it looks like there's one block to go all the way. This is the Hayes kid. He's down the near sideline. He's at the 10, the 5. He scores. Opening second half kickoff return for Brandon Hayes. He bobbled the catch, and I think that caught Gowanda Pine Valley. And they took a half a step off their attack on him, and he was able to scamper down the near sideline, made one great cut, and son of a gun, what a way to start the second half.
Yeah, you couldn't have drawn it up much better, Doc. And to your point, Braden kind of bobbled that, went through his arms to start off, and then then got the gas going. And what's interesting is had a conversation with Bryce at home last night, and he had mentioned to me that they had put in a new kick return this week. I think they call it Mississippi, I think, and that was what that was right there. And so they're more than happy, they're more than willing to do that again. I'm sure
they're 1 for 1 on Mississippi, as we have a flag on the extra point, but Gabe Roth is snapping and Tate Catanese is holding, and we have offsides on Gowanda Pine Valley. Does that enter into the equation to go for 2 now that you're at the 1.5 instead of the 3?
I don't think so, Doc. I think you still kick the extra point here.
And it sure looks like that's what they're going to do. Well, if Mississippi is a real thing, they're 1 for 1, and all the scoring is taking place on the first couple plays of each half. So,
yeah, that's right. That's exactly right, Doc.
Now we got to get our algebra out here and move up that kicking tee 1.5 yards on that penalty. Gabe Roth snaps. Tate Catanese holds. The talented left toe of Bryce Hinsdale. The kick is up. Boy, he thumped that baby. Holy cow. And it's good. So with 20 seconds gone here in the third quarter, the CSP Wolfpack has taken a 14-0 lead. And, what a way to start the second half.
Yeah, CSP scored within the first, probably first minute or two of the
30 seconds
of the first half, and now they come back and run the opening kickoff back. So, good start for CSP. Good. Whatever the coaches said there at halftime appeared to have worked, and now we're going to kick off and see if we can get the defense out on the field and see if they can maybe force a turnover.
Yeah, and it's nice to see number 18, Braden Hayes, a hard-working kid, and he's a senior, been a program kid, and it's nice to see those guys get the opportunity, and when they get the opportunity for them to come through like that, that's got to be the highlight of his CSP football career, I would think. Bryce gets a foot into it. It's a relatively high and short kick. At least it stays in bounds, and Pine Valley Gowanda made a good choice to to just fall on that ball. It's a live ball, and it wasn't going out of bounds, so, best to cover it up rather than turn it over. But it's going to be Gowanda Pine Valley, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and talking with Bryce, watching film last night, Doc, that was part of the game plan as far as kicking it into that little spot. They watched Gowanda Pine Valley on their kick return had some holes, and so you saw there ball was placed about right where Bryce would have wanted it. That ball had a little backspin on it, to be honest with you, and almost able there for CSP to recover.
Yeah, it's a live ball, and the Panther made a good choice. Operating out of there, we had a bad snap. Hey, we had a loose football.
Boy, Gowanda Pine Valley recovered that, but that was very fortunate.
Yeah.
That ball was bouncing around, and that would have been a awful start for Gowanda Pine Valley with a turnover there after just giving up the kickoff return.
Yeah, and many times the defense ends up with that ball because the only guy that really knows that the ball is loose is the ball carrier. The other offensive guys are thinking about making their blocks and not looking for the ball. And lots of times the defense ends up with that, but not so in this case. And little to no gain on the play. 2nd and 10, Gowanda Pine Valley operating out of the shotgun. Man in motion. We have a sweep on the right-hand side. Nice gain on the play. Carrying a pack of Wolves across the first down line is going to be 1st and 10, Gowanda Pine Valley on a power play.
Yeah, nice run there by Conklin, and they're between Conklin and the quarterback. They're kind of mixing and matching, going back and forth between quarterback and wide receiver. When Conklin is at that quarterback role, they're running kind of the wildcat. This is the formation they're coming at right now. I would not be surprised if Conklin runs this again.
And this has been their most effective formation, with Conklin operating out of the wildcat. Sentner is wide on the near sideline, and Conklin keeps it again. And he makes a nice cut to the outside. Bryce turns him back to the inside. Bryce made a nice defensive play. He didn't necessarily make the tackle, but at least he turned it back to the inside where the pursuit could make the tackle. But again, it's more than enough for another Gowanda Pine Valley first down, and this has proven very effective for them, with Conklin rushing the football out of the wildcat.
A lot of arm tackling for CSP. You saw we had a linebacker in the point of attack in the backfield, just was not able to bring him down. The key is to put your shoulder into him and do not leave your feet. We have a lot of guys that are leaving their feet to make the tackle, and you lose leverage and strength when you do that.
Yeah, Gowanda Pine Valley operating out of that little quick snap there. That was a little bit of trickeration.
Yeah, that was to the up man in that formation, and
pushed forward
two or 3 yards there.
Well, they certainly haven't shown any interest in throwing the ball here in the second half, so I don't know why they would when they've been so effective rushing the football. As they do cross the 50-yard line, they have been on the CSP side of the 50, very infrequently throughout the course of this half plus, but, see what kind of answer they come up with after that outstanding opening second half kickoff by Braden Hayes, returning that for a touchdown. Operating out of the shotgun, Conklin takes the snap, keeps the ball, running off tackle, and again, he's going to be close to a third first down on this possession.
They're having a lot of success running off the off tackle. And Conklin's getting to the second level, and the offensive linemen are doing a nice job getting to the second level as well, and getting man on man with the linebackers, and what that's resulting in is you've got 6 or 7 yards down the field, and you've got corners that are having and safeties that are having to make the tackle. So I would, if I'm going to Pine Valley, I am not going to stop running these plays. I'm going to make CSP stop me.
Hey, they're only down by 2 scores. There's plenty of time left. 8:04 here on a running clock in the second quarter. Pine Valley Gowanda continuing to operate out of that Wildcat very effectively as they do again. And this time they're going to throw out of it. That was a bad pass. And it's intercepted by CSP.
I don't listen, Doc. I don't hate the. In theory, the play's the right idea. But if I'm going to do that, I'm going to throw it to one of my better athletes. I'm going to throw it to 5. I'm going to throw it if 5's the quarterback. I'm throwing it to 4. I'm not going to throw it to what looked to be almost a eligible offensive lineman down the field that hasn't seen the ball all day. So I don't conceptually I don't hate the play call. Just the execution
and the personnel
is just not what you would want.
Well, and Centner definitely throws the ball better than what Conklin does, in my opinion. But Conklin did not throw a good ball there. And CSP 1st and 10. We have running down the far sideline for a big gain on the play. A good solid 18-yard gain on that play.
Nice run by Gabe Roth there. That was that counter play up the middle. It's kind of a staple in CSP's offensive playbook, and for whatever reason, teams have a lot of difficulty stopping it, and that was the case there.
And the ball is right at the 50-yard line, and this light pole is like freaking annoying here.
Right in the middle.
Tate under center, hands off to Posker on this time. And we got a flag on. Where did that flag come from? That guy was 40 yards away from the play.
Yeah, I'm going to guess, Doc, that this is a sideline
bench warning. Yeah, I think it is too.
Sideline warning.
Yeah,
I think
that's what it is. Yeah.
Coach was not inside the white lines.
Yeah. He was not happy about something, and that is a sideline warning. No yards will be assessed. I kind of like those penalties because that gives everybody the idea that you are paying attention to what's going on, and if you do it again, it's going to be a bigger problem. Whereas if you end up throwing a flag for something like that, you might be sure, you might not be sure. I just think that's a very proactive way to handle that situation. Another inside handoff to Gabe Roth. Katniss was under center. Roth flies through the air with the greatest of ease for another CSP Wolfpack first down.
Yeah, nice. That same play, Doc, that same counter play, just going to the left side, and got good yardage there. Really nice block by Grant Lichtis, pancaked his defender, and really sprung Gabe there.
Katniss under center. Posker running outside the left tackle. Yeah, a nice little run there. Initial contact right at the line of scrimmage, and he was able to bowl his way through for a 3-yard gain, and we're definitely in 4th down territory. Unless we're going to kick a field goal.
Well, it's going to be about 2nd and 8 here. Got 2 downs here to pick this up. We've run the ball here. I wouldn't be surprised if the ball is coming in the air. Nope.
There's that inside draw again. And then Roth, appears to be Roth for another solid gain on the play. He's going to be a yard or 2 short of the first down, but that little trap play has certainly been very, very productive for CSP. And Gowanda Pine Valley is going to take a timeout here to regroup because CSP is going to be knocking on their door pretty soon. And with 6:35 to go, the CSP Wolfpack 14, the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers 0.
The Corry Federal Credit Union is the platinum sponsor of CSP Wolfpack Football play-by-play coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream. The Corry Federal Credit Union would like to wish the Wolfpack the best of luck this season. The Corry Federal Credit Union has been serving the community since 1958. They offer a wide range of financial and banking services for you and your business. The Corry Federal Credit Union is located at 728 Worth Street in Quarry, 56 North Main Street in Union City, 315 Main Street in Spartansburg, and online at corryfcu.org. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Corry Federal Credit Union, a not-for-profit organization, for their support of CSP Wolfpack Football play-by-play.
Welcome back to South Dayton, New York, the home of the Pine Valley Central School, where the CSP Wolfpack are leading the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers 14-0. This is Dr. Brent Deuink alongside Kyle Hinsdale. 6:35 to go here in the third quarter. CSP's having a solid start to their second half. Tate Catanese under center. Little off-tackle play appears to be enough for another CSP first down.
Yeah, and CSP has gone to the ground game here, Doc, and has been successful, which is positive. That's something that we struggled with a little bit last week. So good to get that going. Heck, we even struggled in the first half with it.
Yeah, for sure. Certainly a little more balance to the attack this week. Here's that inside handoff, and that's what Pine Valley Gowanda called timeout for, was to defend that play. And we went to the well one too many times there, you know. But you run it till they stop it. Well, now they've stopped it, and it's time to maybe put another wrinkle in with a 1 or 2 yard loss on the play. Running out of the no huddle, here goes Tate under center. I think we'll put the ball up in the air here. And Catanese. Again, under pressure, completes the pass to the near sideline.
That's Lucas Lissandro, Doc, who made a nice catch out of that tight end position. He was open in the flat, and then I think he actually could have got a few more yards. I think the 10-yard line tripped him up. And but looks like it's going to be first and
10 from the 11.
10 from the 11.
Yeah. They can't decide either. You're either inside the 10 or you're outside the 10. It can't be that hard. Boy, they're telling the chain gang to get the heck out of there.
Well, they're saying it wasn't the first down, Doc.
Wow.
It's third and inches here.
Yeah, there we go. I wonder how they decided where to put those markers back to. Well, let's get it in the area, in the vicinity. Yes, it's going to be third and a foot, and we have another timeout. Coach Ty Harper wants to make sure that he gets this one just right, so CSP takes a timeout, and with 5:44 to go here in the third quarter, the CSP Wolfpack 14, Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers 0.
Support for coverage of Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream is provided in part by Triple E Manufacturing and Design. Triple E Manufacturing and Design offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. Located at 117 Osborne Street in Sherman and at tripleemfg.com. Phone 800-295-4282. The Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream thanks Triple E Manufacturing and Design for their support.
Welcome back to Pine Valley Central School, the partial home of the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers. Tate Catanese, 3rd and 6 inches. A little inside handoff certainly appears to be enough for a first down. Did it take a timeout to call that play?
Yeah, that's the problem, Doc. I think that was a little bit of a wasted timeout, but CSP real quick here to the line.
Now maybe they scripted 3 or 4 plays, and this is Burjanowski, I believe, running wide for little to no gain and probably a loss on the play.
Really nice play, Doc, by number 36. That's Caleb Smith out of his middle linebacker spot. He blitzed and he got blocked, but he was able to shed the block and was able to slow Trent down. Didn't necessarily make the tackle, but definitely slowed Trent down. But really, really nice effort by Caleb Smith.
And we are in a goal-to-goal situation, and it appears like we're inside the 10, around the 9. Catanese has exclusively been under center on this drive, a little bit different than the shotgun we're used to. But he drops back to pass, under pressure again, makes a nice move around the defender. He finds it over the end zone. Touchdown, CSP!
Yeah, that's Braden Hayes in the back of the end zone, and Gowanda Pine Valley had, I think, 3 guys on Bryce Hinsdale, and that allowed Braden Hayes to kind of come around. he just ran that back end line of the end zone, and Tate had enough time. Tate did a nice job, got pressure early on, stepped up in the pocket, moved a little bit, kept his eyes down the field, and was able to find Hayes for his second touchdown of the night.
That's got to be a career night for Braden Hayes. And here's Bryce's kick, the snap, the hold. Well, he's got some solid feet into these 3 extra points. They haven't even been close. They've just been, from our angle, you can't tell if it's between the uprights or not, but he's had a ton of leg into all 3 of those. So with 4:48 to go here in the third quarter, it's been a great quarter for the CSP Wolfpack, now leading the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers 21-0.
Coverage of Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream is provided in part by Whiteland Surveying in Clymer, providing land surveys for Chautauqua and Cattaraugus counties in New York and Erie, Warren, and Crawford counties in Pennsylvania. Phone 716-499-8410. Find them online at mwhitepls.com. The Channel 98.9 sports stream thanks Whiteland Surveying for their support.
Welcome back to Pine Valley Central School, where the CSP Wolfpack are putting together an impressive third quarter here. 4:48 to go in the third quarter, and CSP is leading 21-0 after a rather lackluster effort and a 7-0 lead at halftime. Braden Hayes has had a coming out party, an opening second half kickoff return for a touchdown and a 9-yard touchdown reception. So good for Braden. Great game so far. Kickoff after the touchdown. Oh, we've got some extracurricular activity there. Yeah. They, what had happened, but they both got up and went to their respective sidelines. You got to be happy about that.
They played to the whistle, Doc.
Yep.
That's what you want them to do.
I'd like to piggyback on your earlier comment. And that's part of the reason that I think team sports are so great. I'm a big basketball guy and a big football guy, and you're playing with 5 on the basketball team and you're playing with 11 on the football team, and when Bryce is double or triple teamed, that just opens up opportunities for other kids. And Tate Catney's made a great move to get away from the defender. Braden Hayes hung in there with his route across the middle and resulted in a big score. So, well done by the CSP Wolfpack crew. Operating out of that Wildcat again, they really like that. Conklin is tackled for little to no gain on that play.
Yeah, nice job by 22 Drake DiDomenico for CSP out of his linebacker spot, but that play was clogged up by the defensive line, and it's going to make it second and 11 for Gowanda Pine Valley here with about four minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, Conklin's going to be sore tomorrow. He certainly has, after Sentner kind of received the bulk of the quarterbacking snaps operating out of the shotgun in the first quarter. Conklin took over in the second quarter and the third quarter and has been, their best option offensively. But he's taken a couple, 3 licks on every occasion. And it looks like we have a delay of game penalty. Boy, it's hard enough to score on CSP as it is without shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, and that's really ever since the opening kickoff of the second half, Gowanda Pine Valley's been a little out of sorts, taking timeouts, getting delay of game, allowing big plays, and which is unfortunate for them. I mean, I like we said, they had to come out of halftime with a lot of confidence. After winning their first 2 games and really playing well in the first half here.
Then it's going to be second and 15. Second and 15. Sentner is now operating out of the shotgun. A little better passer, and maybe that's why they're going to him. He drops back to pass, and the pass is well defended on the near sideline by number 20. Again, they're going for Conklin. At least they had the personnel package that you liked, Kyle.
Yep, that's right. That's if you're gonna do that and you're gonna force your and ask your wide receiver to go up and make a catch. That's the guy that you want. And but just a nice play there by Dylan Michael for CSP, knocking that ball down.
Well, this is going to make for a long second half if they're going to throw the ball and throw a bunch of pass completions. We're going to get home about 2 o'clock in the morning, I think, Kyle.
Oh, we can all sleep in tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, it's going to be 3rd and 15. Centner operating out of the shotgun. Trips on the far sideline. The snap is a good one, and he looks he looks to run. 3rd and 15. I think you got to be looking to pass first, but there's just too many defenders between you and the first down marker to be running the ball at 3rd and 15 out of the shotgun. But what do I know?
Yeah, and I think Coach Payne made a change really kind of late there in the second quarter where Bryce is kind of following maybe their best receiver, and so on this side, this boundary side that they just ran, Bryce moved from his normal spot over to this side and kind of took that away.
Now here's these 4 wideouts, and again, each time they've thrown to the right side, and here comes Bryce keeping an eye on the near sideline wideout. We'll see what they elect to do. And this time, Conklin elects to run, and that was a bad election. Must be fraud in that election or something. It must be a no-win deal. But CSP, it kind of looks like they got a spotter on that guy too now. They seem to be defending that quarterback run more effectively than what they did in the first half.
Yeah, we've I don't necessarily hate. It was 4th and 7 or 8. Don't necessarily hate the play call. You spread out. The defense, and we haven't seen that play every time that they've run that play. They've thrown out of it, and so it was a little bit of a wrinkle. Just CSP did a great job defensively in defending it.
I did not realize that was 4th down. I thought it was 3rd down, but it is. Okay, now I got it. Okay, that was 3rd down, and this is now 4th down, and the Panthers drop back. No. Yeah, I did lose that down. That's on me. Katniss on down. CSP takes over possession and runs that little inside handoff to Gabe Roth, and really close to another first down. That has only been stopped once. Has certainly been very effective here in the 3rd quarter.
And that's definitely the play that we've gone to here in the second half. We've run that play a fair amount, and with to your point, except for one play, we've been successful.
Katniss under center, rolling to the left side. He stops. He throws. He's got a man in the end zone, but the pass falls incomplete. Really tough for that quarterback to roll left and throw. But, he's a big, strong kid, and threw the ball a long ways, but certainly was not close to a completion.
No, and Braden was open there, just overthrew him a hair, and liked the play call, and we'll see if now it's 2nd and 10 here for CSP.
Tate Katniss operating exclusively under center here, which is odd for the CSP Wolfpack. And there's that little inside run again, and Tate just got leveled. I am almost surprised he didn't throw a flag on that, but it happened right in front of the official, so I guess he felt it was part of the play. But
looked like Tate was telling him what he thought of that play as they were walking back. But really nice block there on the inside by Red Lecky for CSP, big number 69. He made a nice block, stayed with his block, and Gabe cut off his tail.
And Katniss under center again. Run the ball off tackle to Posker that time, I believe, filling in for the ailing Trent Burjanowski, ailing with under the weather illness, not any injury that we expect to have him miss much time with, but Bryce Posker's done a really nice job here filling in for Trent on the evening. We want to give a shout out to that offensive line, Kyle. Maybe your eyes in this darkness that we're in are better than mine, but Grant Lichtus and Tate Newman and Donovan Schnars and John Watson, Alex Redlecki have done a great job tackle to tackle here in the second half especially. Katniss under center, rolls right, dropping back the pass. He gets nailed again. Boy, I hate that low hit. And the kid's got his helmet off, too. Isn't that a penalty in high school?
Well, I think it came off when he made the tackle, so he's got to come out for
the play.
And but just to go back to your point, Doc, I think the offensive line's done a great job. Donovan Schnars, who was the starting center, has a knee injury, and so that's Brody Bimber, number 60, filling in for him. He filled in for him last week and did a great job. And again, those 5 up front are having a strong game here as we come to the end of the third quarter with CSP up 21-0, and we're going to go and pay some bills.
Support for coverage of Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream is provided in part by Triple E Manufacturing and Design. Triple E Manufacturing and Design offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. Located at 117 Osborne Street in Sherman and at tripleemfg.com. Phone 800-295-4282. The Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream thanks Triple E Manufacturing and Design for their support.
Support for Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream is provided in part by UTAG's Body Shop in Corry, offering collision repair and refinishing along with frame straightening services. 699 East Smith Street in Corry or at utagsbodyshop.com. Phone 814-663-2562. Channel 98.9 sports stream thanks UTAG's Body Shop for their support.
Welcome back to Pine Valley Central School. There's a lot of purple here in Pine Valley. Goodness knows we saw enough of that in the history of basketball over here. But welcome back to Pine Valley Central, the part-time home of the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers, where starting the fourth quarter, the CSP Wolfpack are leading 21-0, and a well-played third quarter offensively and defensively on the part of the Wolfpack, Kyle.
Yeah, and we were able to get a little bit of separation there from the scoring standpoint. And now start the fourth quarter. It's going to be about third and 6 for CSP.
And is that running to the near sideline on a sweep for little to no gain? That's Tate. That was a keeper. It kind of looked like he handed the ball off to me, but
no, that was a quarterback keeper all the way, and he just was not able. Nice job by Gowanda Pine Valley's defense to string that out, and Tate was looking for a hole to cut up in and was unable to find it. So that brings up fourth and 6, and it appears as though CSP is going to attempt a field goal.
Yeah, this is kind of fun. Gabe Roth snapping, Tate Catanese with the hold. Bryce Hinsdale kicking Is it sneaky inside that far?
That's good.
It's good! From the 5-yard line, 12-yard field goal?
No, I think it was longer.
22.
Yeah,
22. Got
22.
The extra 10 in the end zone.
Yeah.
Yes. So, very cool. 21. I think we got to get 24 up on the board. I think we get 3 points for that field goal instead of 2. But we'll work on that up here in the booth. But with 11:07 to go here on the first play of the fourth quarter, the CSP Wolfpack leading 24-0.
CSP now kicking off to Gowanda Pine Valley, and if you're Gowanda Pine Valley, now you're looking for some moral victories here. You want to try to get get first downs, keep everybody healthy, and try to gain some momentum for next week. I had the schedule here before, but
it's in this pile of papers.
We got papers
it's in
all
here
over.
somewhere.
But kickoff there by
I
Bryce.
think we play Cat Little Valley next week on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I was looking for maybe who Gowanda Pine Valley played, Doc. But nice return there by number 34 for Gowanda Pine Valley, and they're going to have good starting field position here at the let's say 37-yard line.
Now, was that a designed little pooch, a pooch plus kick that time, or that was the way the cookie crumbled?
No, I got the sense last night that these were going to be designed little pooches to try to hit the soft spot in the kickoff team.
Okay, 11 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Sentner operating out of the shotgun, man in motion, throws inside handoff to Conklin. Well, I tell you, that kid's ran hard. He has ran hard all night long, and a play that had little to nowhere to go. I think he's going to end up getting about 6 yards on the play.
Yeah, he did a great job. There was really nothing there, no space for him to run. And was a little slippery there, and was able to pick up 6 yards. And again, it goes to some of the tackling challenges that CSP has had early here in the year. And I'm sure Coach Payne will get that fixed, but in the meantime, we've got to do a better job of tackling.
Well, I tell you, I think Conklin runs very similar to Hind. I mean, he's not the same caliber that Hind is, but they run low to the ground and they run hard, and there he goes again, and just a crease, much less a hole, and he's able to get just enough for a first down, and has certainly been the standout for the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers tonight. 1st and 10, Gowanda Pine Valley. It's a mouthful with all these schools. If I'm saying Clymer, Sherman, Panama, Gowanda Pine Valley, Franklinville, Ellicottville, Silver Creek, Forestville,
maybe we just call
Cat Little Valley.
GPV.
Yeah, that's right. It's a different world today, I guess, in many respects, but I'm glad the kids have the opportunity to play, and it certainly is the smart move with the number of kids we have in schools these days. So good for the people that are thinking ahead to do it. A little bubble pass, they call that incomplete. He certainly could have called that complete and a fumble, but whatever. The call is incomplete pass on that play, and it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Another case there, Doc, of the wide receiver kind of running before he caught the ball. But new defensive end for CSP, number 51, Jaden Malecki, out on the field for CSP. And I think we also have another, maybe Devin Hoyding, number 75, is at our other end.
Yeah, good for Coach Payne, Coach Harper getting some action for the twos. There's a well-diagnosed defensive play. I believe that was Conklin trying to test the middle of the middle of the CSP defense. Well defended for a short gain on the play. Going to be 3rd and about 8.
Good play by Travis Owens there from his defensive line position. Was able to bottle up Conklin before he could get running downhill.
Yeah, once he gets a little bit of momentum, he is a little load to bring down. But 3rd and 8. Sentner operating out of the shotgun. Man in motion. Give the ball to the man in motion. Nice gain on the play, but he's going to be taken down well short of the first down. And is this 4-down territory when you're down 24-0?
Oh, it sure is. It sure is. Really nice tackle, and nice form tackle by Bryce Hinsdale over there. We had long conversations about that multiple times this week, and that's one I'll give him credit for.
Well, I think I'm happy to not be on the receiving end of some of your constructive criticisms, Kyle. From afar, I guess you gotta every button is a little bit different and knowing what to push. But I'm happy I'm not on the receiving end of some of them.
Yeah, some of them have been
a little harsh.
A little harsh.
Prove a point.
Probably,
but that's okay.
Probably deserved. But they've turned out all right.
I think it's a blessing that you didn't have girls. I'll tell you that, Kyle. You might have had to change your approach.
That is probably true. That is probably true, Doc.
Well, 4-down territory as we digress. Solid CSP defensive play stops the attempt for for first down, and CSP is going to take the ball over on downs. 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. 6:48 to go. 24-0. CSP is leading after a rather lackluster first half. CSP's played very solidly, offensively and defensively. I think the outcome of the game is pretty much decided. It would be nice to get another score, but we are playing a number of our twos in there, and one thing we never used to have were twos. I mean, you had ones played on both sides of the ball, and that was it. But to have subs on the sideline, those kids put an awful lot of practice time in and deserve some game time as well. So kudos to Coach Harper on offense and Coach Payne on defense for getting those kids some playing time.
Yeah, and I think, Doc, as you look at the program as a whole, over 130 kids in the program from modified to varsity. That is a fantastic number, and nice little run there by number 9, Devin Johnson. But going back, I think as you think about building a program, was kind of lean in the first few years, and then we come along and put some 2-3 years together where it was a whole lot of fun, and with 2 state titles in there, and you got a lot of kids. These kids that are playing right now were little kids
Sure.
when those teams went on those runs, and they saw how much fun it was, and so now you got 130 kids in the program, and it's just fantastic to see.
Well, and the other thing that I think is really important is that they're getting an age and a usually size-appropriate experience.
Yep.
Back when Clymer was fielding their own team and Sherman and Panama were the same way, you had a talented 8th grader who was talented for an 8th grader, but he wasn't necessarily talented enough to play against a junior or senior in varsity football. And all 3 schools were playing kids in the 8th and 9th grade that weighed 110, 120, 130 pounds against a 200-pound senior from an opposing team. And that's just not a safe situation, and it's just really remarkable to me. I had a chance to, and I talked about this a little bit last week. I had a chance to go to a practice, and they had 30 or 35 kids as CSP is running down the far sideline. Don't have a number on that, but I don't know.
Number 6 is Trent Phelps.
There we go. We thought he was going to get some snaps tonight, and he has a 34-yard touchdown run for number 6 Trent Phelps with 4:41 to go. But we had 30 or 35 modified kids playing against each other 11 on 11, and 30 or 35 JV kids playing 11 on 11 against each other, and 30 or 35 varsity kids. And I know there was a couple kids playing up that were bigger or more skilled, but to have those kids have an age-appropriate experience, I just think is terrific. And credit goes to Ty Harper and to all 3 schools as Bryce boots another one by a lot. And with 4:41 to go here in the 4th quarter, the CSP Wolfpack 31, the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers 0.
Wolfpack Football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by Necker's Company General Store, providing Clymer with groceries, apparel, gift items, and so much more for over 100 years. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support. Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer is a major sponsor of this Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream broadcast. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating, oil, and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Welcome back to Pine Valley Central School, where the CSP Wolfpack are leading the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers 31-0 with 4:41 to go here in the 4th quarter. This is Dr. Brent Deuink alongside Kyle Hinsdale, bringing you all the CSP Wolfpack action. Bryce Hinsdale kicks off the nice return on the play.
And I think, Doc, you see right there why CSP chose to kind of position, kick it positionally tonight. I think that's the first time we've kicked it deep. And Conklin, I believe that was Conklin that had the run back, and got himself all the way out to almost midfield.
Yeah, great field position for Gowanda Pine Valley to take possession. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Centner under center for the first time, or for a rare time. I probably missed one with the COVID fog in there someplace, but a little quick handoff for a nice gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 5, and we do see some really clean uniforms in there, so we're going to see a number of number 2s getting some playing time and some experience on the evening, and deservedly so.
Yeah, Colin Sturgis, number 65, we see out there, Doc, along with number 56, Jacob Allen. So as we mentioned, getting some 2s in some game action.
Some valuable experience for them, and here comes Conklin. He's a handful. Tackle on the play by number 22. I think that's the Domenico kid, if I'm not mistaken.
Domenico was there. Yep. Carter Brink was there, and number 4, Ryan Perry, was around the ball there, who is getting some valuable time here.
And that is enough for Gowanda Pine Valley first down. 3:15 to go on a moving clock here in the fourth quarter. The CSP Wolfpack 31, the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers 0, with Gowanda Pine Valley putting together a drive here to see if they can avert the shutout. Centner, under center, out of the wishbone. Power running formation, number 34, again with a solid workman-like gain on the play of 5 or 6 yards. But the clock is running, and they don't seem to be in any particular hurry to get these plays off.
No, and if you're CSP, you want to preserve that shutout, and if you're Gowanda Pine Valley, you want to desperately get some points on the board to try to set yourself up with some confidence going into next week.
This is a tight formation, 2nd and 6. Centner under center. We got a sweep, student body right, well defended by CSP. Holy cow, we got a bunch of guys over here. And number 58 made a nice play. I think that's Caden Beckrick, if I'm not mistaken. Nice to see him get a start tonight, filling in for the injured offensive lineman, if I'm not mistaken, but I could certainly be wrong about that.
Yeah, but, I think Caden's taken Austin White's outside linebacker
spot on defense. Yep. So he made a nice play there and shook off that injury. And look at this tight formation. This is like a rugby formation, for crying out loud. And it's a rugby play. Yeah. But number 34 is finding a little crease in there.
Number 77, David Molesky, getting some playing time for CSP, and he was in and around the ball there. You saw number 55. That's not Brody Bember, but on here it says Brody Bember. I'm not sure who 55 is.
1:25 to go on a running clock out of a compacted rushing formation. Pretty tough to pass out of that formation, but it's been very effective for the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers as they're kind of methodically and yeoman-like working the ball their way down the field against the CSP defense. Another first down for Pine Valley, and somebody elects to take a timeout, and with that timeout, we'll send it back to the station for these messages.
Coverage of Wolfpack football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union sports stream is provided in part by Arlene's Dutch Kitchen. At 104 East Main Street in Sherman, Arlene's offers breakfast, lunch, dinner, and Amish-style baked goods. Phone 716-234-4002. Find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 sports stream thanks Arlene's Dutch Kitchen for their support.
Welcome back to Pine Valley Central School, where the CSP Wolfpack are leading the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers 31-0 with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. This is Dr. Brent Deuink alongside Ace Analyst Supreme Kyle Hinsdale. And Kyle, I've really enjoyed doing the broadcast with you tonight, and certainly it's great bringing home a victory for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, this has been fun, Doc. We commented about it earlier. We had not had a chance to work together, and so this has been a real pleasure for myself, and nice to have CSP get the win.
This is quite a formation. Not a lot of imagination. They're just looking to 3 yards in a cloud of dust. The old wedge 34 is what Coach Mack used to call that. And everybody hated it because everybody stepped on each other's feet. The offensive wedge formation were essentially interlocking ankles, which probably wasn't the smartest deal, but that's what we did because we did what we were told most of the time. So here on second down, that was taken down by a pack of wolves. A whole bunch of guys in there on that tackle, and somebody called timeout again. Yeah,
looks like
Pine Valley
Pine
wants
Valley.
to get a score.
They want to score. They want to get that goose egg off the scoreboard. So with that, we'll get a couple more commercials in here before we conclude the game.
Wolfpack Football on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream is provided in part by Olson's Auto Repair in Sherman, offering all your automotive needs, including four-wheel alignment, New York State inspection. 716-761-6571. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Olson's Repair for their support.
Support for CSP Wolfpack Football on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided in part by Sherman Livestock at 4150 Sherman Mayville Road. Auctions are every Tuesday and Thursday. More info is available at 716-499-1362 and on Facebook.
Welcome back to Pine Valley Central School, where we have 3rd and 5 with 36 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Student body right, well defended by CSP Wolfpack. I think that is third down. Are they going to take another timeout here? Probably. If they took them on every other down, I can't believe they're going to let the clock run out, but they're going to hurry up and try to run a play, or maybe they're out.
I don't think they have any more timeouts.
They are too.
This is fourth down. They're trying to run a play to get it in the end zone.
Well, they run a little sweep. Whoa, he snuck by. I think he's short. He did get into the end zone. A 5-yard touchdown with 1.9 seconds to go. You know what? I give him a lot of credit to get that play off without having somebody have an illegal motion or not be set, because the clock was definitely running down. And to Gowanda Pine Valley's credit, they sneak in for a score, making it 31-6. 1.9 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. And do you go for two or do you kick here, Kyle?
Well, I'm going to assume you go for two. I don't necessarily know that Gowanda Pine Valley's got a kicker, and so they're going to go back to that formation, that wing T formation that they brought back from the 1970s, and see if it would work.
70s? Let's try the 40s. Jeez. But that attempt was no good, and the end of the game, the CSP Wolfpack 31, the Gowanda Pine Valley Panthers 6. And with that, we'll send it back to the station and have a little post game and begin the long trek home.
Thanks for listening to this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack football coverage on the Channel 98.9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is brought to you by Lictus Oil and Propane, Crouch's Garage, First Place Auto Glass, and Mike's Machine, U-Tags Body Shop.
Oh yeah, good choice.
Dutch Kitchen Restaurant, J. Edwards Insurance, Necker's Company General Store, Crotty Chevrolet and Buick, Woods Auto Parts Napa and Woods Power Sports, Olson's Auto Repair, Countertop Solutions, Whiteland Surveying, Bush Septic, Triple E Manufacturing and Design, Sherman Livestock, and the Corry Federal Credit Union. Join us next time for all the action, channel989.org.
Welcome back to Pine Valley Central School, where it is a happy story to tell. The CSP Wolfpack emerged victorious after a lackluster first half, 31-6 final score. This is Dr. Brent Deuink along with Kyle Hinsdale. And Kyle, after we were kind of in the doldrums in the first half, I thought we put together a really solid half on both sides of the ball in the second half.
Yeah, much better second half after the kind of sloppy first half, even though we were up 7-0 at halftime, and we were able to get some things going there. We ran a counter play up the middle to the fullback a fair amount in the second half. We'd not run that at all for the most part in the first two games of the year, so we were able to get a good look at our offensive line, and credit to those five guys up front. They did a nice job, particularly in the second half, as we were able to kind of separate ourselves from Gowanda Pine Valley in the second half.
Yeah, and that's kind of the outcome that I anticipated to begin the game. But to give Gowanda Pine Valley some credit, they came out and played a solid first half, and certainly had nothing to be ashamed of in the second half. I do think the CSP talent just came to the forefront, and just watching Austin White in a modified wheelchair with a cast on his leg. We'd mentioned it in the first half. He had suffered a fractured leg in the Randolph game, and certainly want to wish him well in his recovery, and looking forward to him in the basketball court.
Yeah, and I talked to Austin a little bit before the game. I think he's got surgery next week, and so want to wish him well in his in that procedure and in his recovery. And I think for the most part we got out of tonight's game unscathed as far as injury goes. I didn't see anybody needing to hobble off, so that's a positive. And because it's going to be a short week for us, we turn right around and travel to Cat Little Valley on Thursday night, so it's a little bit of an odd night for us, but get a chance to go over there. They've got a beautiful facility, and should be able to go over there and work on some things, and hopefully come away with a win.
Yeah, that's for sure. Cat Little Valley it's like a Division II or a Division III college. I mean, it's just an absolutely breathtaking athletic complex that they have, but it hasn't done much to recruit premier athletes to the school district because, they have been down in football in recent memory, and they've been down in basketball as well. So I would, and I think they're winless on the year. I'm sure they're 0-2 going into this weekend. How they did tonight, or who they're playing tonight or tomorrow, I don't know. But yes, it's a long ride, but usually it's a worthwhile drive because we come home with a victory. But it does take a little while to get there. And with that in mind, we have always have the honor of picking a Crotty Chevrolet Player of the Game. Do you have somebody you'd like to nominate?
Yeah, I think Braden Hayes was outstanding tonight. He had a kickoff return to kind of spearhead CSP's second half. He took the opening kickoff of the second half back for a touchdown, and then came back later in that third quarter and caught a big touchdown pass from Tate Catney's, and just overall really nice game for Braden Hayes. And so my vote, Doc, for Crotty Player of the Game would be Braden Hayes.
Yep, and I would echo those sentiments. And as I mentioned in the second half, he is a senior and is not a name that we called a lot in the last 2 years. And for somebody to have stuck it out for each year and to have an opportunity to excel in his senior season, that's a big part of why the program continues. Because kids that are in 8th and 9th and 10th grade see kids like that that may not be the most talented kids on the team, but when they stick with the team, they have an opportunity to play, and when they do, they have an opportunity to shine. And Braden Hayes certainly was a terrific ball player tonight, and I'm happy to second that motion to make Braden the Crotty Chevrolet Player of the Game.
And with that, Doc, I think we can sign off again. 31-6 CSP victory here in Pine Valley against Gowanda Pine Valley. Next up, travel to Cat Little Valley on Thursday night, and you'll be able to listen to that game right here on your radio or streaming on Facebook on Channel 98.9. Again, we want to thank all of our sponsors for allowing this to happen. But for Dr. Brent Deuink, I'm Kyle Hinsdale, and with that, we will see you Thursday night in Cat Little Valley.
Thanks for listening to this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack football coverage on the 9 Corry Federal Credit Union Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is brought to you by Lictus Oil and